Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. Can you hear me now? I think we're in good shape. Like that's weird because like on my streaming. Oh, okay, good. Because on my streaming dashboard, it's showing that it was registering my voice, but I guess I guess it didn't hear me all that time. Oh man, that's kind of embarrassing. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that oh gosh, it seems like every time I stream, there's always technical snafus. Well, thanks for letting me know before I got too far into it. So I guess I'll start from the top again. I'm Chase the Dragon. My honor for soda Stalkaz Stallion. I was currently at FWA Furry Weekend Atlanta in Atlanta, Georgia. The first time at the con, and this year's theme was called Nowhere in Between. And so it's kind of like a Halloweeny slash like hotel theme, and it kind of goes in tandem with, like, for instance, Anthropoz's theme is like a Halloween style horror, like cryptids, curses, creatures, whatever. And then Philadelphia's theme is Spirit Halloween. And so yeah, so anyway, so I heard how much fun everyone was having last year, and I thought I really want to go. So like I crunched the numbers, did the math literally, and I was like, hey, this is totally doable. So what I did was I ended up flying down out of Harrisburg International Airport, and it was like a direct flight down to Atlanta. It took about 2 hours. Landed in Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, and first time into Atlanta, really nice city, and so yeah, I was able to get all my baggage right, and wasn't too bad. Hopped on the MARTA, which is the regional slash subway system, and got off at the Petrie Center station, and then I had to walk a couple blocks to get to the hotel. Hi, Spikes. You're put undercover. Nobody knows. Anywho, yep. So yep. No, you didn't miss anything, Spikes, because like I was talking for a couple minutes and I was informed that my microphone wasn't working, which I'm kind of confused because it looked like it was working on my end. But anyway, we're here. We're good. So yeah. So like FWA is unique in that the con is split amongst various different hotels. Like there is a main hotel, but but the hotels kind of all have different functions. So the Marriott Marquis is the main hotel. It's pretty much like where the main events ballroom is and all that, and you host panels, and that's the photo room, which is um where the okay, let me back up, where I took the picture of the thumbnail, different props there, and then where I stayed is the Hilton, which is just to the right of there. It has additional panel rooms and like I think that's where the gaming room was, and then on the left side is the Hyatt Hotel, additional like panel rooms and all that. The basement of Hyatt is where the adult dealer's den is, and then the main dealer's den is a place called the America's Mart. It's a completely separate building. We'll get into that a little bit later on. And then the fourth hotel is the Cortland, and that serves as also where registration took place. So, yep. So here's a picture. This is me waiting to get on the plane at the Harrisburg International Airport. Yep. Nice weather. Like I said, smooth yeah, smooth flight, only 2 hours. Yeah, thanks again, Joshua, for giving me a heads up. So here's a footage of the lobby at the Hilton right after I arrived. Yep. So yeah. So the nice thing is, even though there is a main hotel, it's almost as if the three big hotels are actually all kind of co-share that designation. It kind of all feel because like, and then there's sky bridges that connect the hotels too, so you don't have to even go outside to go between the different buildings. So what I did was I got there, got checked in, dropped off all my stuff in the room, and then my roommate and his partner arrived shortly afterwards, and then escorted him to the room, and we all kind of like just threw everything down, and then we went over to the Cortland Hotel, like I mentioned, which is where the registration took place, And yeah, this FWA is unique also is that they issue wristbands rather than badges to access different con functions. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I misplaced my wristband, so unfortunately I can't show you guys what it looks like, but I'm sure you can see it elsewhere. So, and then you have like a little like plastic chip on it, and then you scan that. You have like different scanners, and that's what you use to enter certain areas. All right, so yeah, so this is on our floor and looking down. Now this is actually like there's like a secondary lobby. This is looking down on the 5th floor, so it's kind of funky the way it's set up. Yeah, but here's a picture, another picture inside the Hilton Hotel. And then there's a peek down into the main lobby. The hotels were, I mean, excuse me, the escalators, the elevators, hello, brain. The elevators weren't the greatest, so I ended up like pretty much using the stairs the majority of the time to go up and down. Yeah, it's a picture of the Derg soon after arrival. And it's a view outside the window. And facing the other way. All right, here's over at the Cortland Hotel. This is where the registration is. And surprisingly, when we got there was like literally no line for registration. We went right in. I believe also this is where like they would have like a pool party. I didn't partake, but this is where that was located. Yep. So it's funny because like they had us go into this one room and you can see all like the ropes set up. I think earlier on, like some people arrived even like Wednesday the day before, and the line might have been longer then. So, but you see it's completely empty. So we went through there, and then went pardon the blurriness. But then here's the actual room where registration was, and you see there's people there, but like there's like literally no line. You just go right up to the table. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer that they didn't have like physical con books like other places, like that has like a keepsake or whatever. But so basically you have an app and also like all the information is online for like schedules and the floor plans and all that. And then we're headed on the way back to the hotel, and here's a view of the Marriott, which is also aka the main hotel. And another view. More footage of the Hilton lobby. Yeah, that the lobby they're playing a whole bunch of like 80s music. So you hear Kenny Loggins' "Footloose," and then they were also playing like Whitney Houston's "I Want to Dance with Somebody." Yeah, a lot of good stuff. And it's nice that at each of the venues they have like a sign saying like where all the different events are, where everything is. Yeah, it just dawned on me after the fact that I did take too much footage of the Hilton, like the con area. I should have done that, like so like the gaming area and the ballrooms and all that. And then just as an overview, just because of logistics and scheduling and all that, I actually wasn't able to attend really any panels. But that's all right. I still had a blast despite that. There's the ATL sign, and one of the many places that people put stickers. And this is the second floor of the Hilton. There you can see the sky bridge off to the right going over to the Marriott. Yep, there you can see the sky bridge. So yeah, so then after getting registered, we all went over to the Marriott, the main hotel, and hung out there for a little bit. And then eventually we ventured over to the food court, which is what's it called? The Hub, I believe. and that's like another sky bridge over to another building, and it's really convenient. It's all right there, centrally located. So like the food court is really nice. Have a nice, good variety of food there. So yeah, like I said, first time I've been to Atlanta, so I really don't know where pretty much anything is. So it was nice that everything's kind of like right there all together. All right, so there's up close look at the goodies we got for registering, the cards, and then yeah, oh, I forgot to show you the keychain, but yeah, there you can see we got a keychain as well. Hey, Kevin. And then here you can see the different cards we got. Shaggy told me there's 3 hotels. Actually, I think there's 4, or maybe even 5. There's like the 3 main hotels. The Marriott is the Marriott Marquis in the middle. To the right is the Hilton, which is where I stayed. To the left is the Hyatt, and then the 4th is the Cortland, which is where the registration was. I think there's also like the Westin, what might have been like a participating hotel, but they just pretty much just did accommodations, housing. They didn't do like actual con stuff there. And here you can see the reverse side. Here's another view of the keychain. It says room 642. I'm not entirely sure what the number signifies. I don't know if that's like my registration number or just like a random number they give out. Yeah. And there's the other side. All right, yeah, here's a view of the sky bridge connecting the Hilton to the Marriott.
I ran down the stairs because the elevator's here.
And I'm using the sky bridge a lot, obviously going back and forth. The weather was pretty nice, like nice comfortable temperatures. I think it rained the one day, but like I hardly was outside because of the thanks to sky bridges. I hardly ever had to go outside. So now we're in the Marriott Marquis Hotel, the quote-unquote main. On this floor, off to the left is where the photo room is, a little bit farther, and to the left. To the right, it's like another like ballroom area. And then for Saturday night, that's where they had the Moonlight Festival. I think down below was the con store. I forgot there was stuff down below, so I didn't make it down there. And then the floor above is like the main lobby floor. Not much there other than like where people go to check in, and then you have like a nice quiet area. It's kind of like the Headless Lounge, but for everyone, not just for suitors. I like chilling there. They play like nice like smooth jazz / music, relaxing music. Yeah, there's the other ballroom there. Yeah, there's so many different areas like the suit and chill. And then pretty shortly, I got my first glimpse of the big atrium, and I was awestruck when I first saw it. Yeah, the staff is really nice too. They help you point out where you need to go, and they were good with traffic control, like around escalators and keeping everything orderly. One of many sticker boards and those cardboard boxes there. All right, here we go. That's the first glimpse of the big atrium. You can see all the floors. Yep. I've seen it all the time, but then when you're in there in person, it's a completely different experience. I likened it to like when I was over at the Vatican, the St. Peter's Basilica there at the Vatican. And it's just so amazing. All right, here's the third floor, or the atrium floor. Yep, you can go all the way to the top there. Later on, I do go all the way up there, and I took some footage, so you'll see that. Yeah, Jeffrey the Giraffe I saw earlier. There's that cool, like, inflatable, like, octopus or whatever. Yeah, this is like right outside the main ballroom. The main ballroom off to the right, like the main events hall there, behind those yellow doors. This is like a good hangout spot for like a lot of the fursuiters. And then there's like the bar over there on that side called the Pulse. And then you can't see it, but then look in that direction. Beyond there is one of the headless lounges. Apparently, there's also another headless lounge at the Hilton. But like as I mentioned, I didn't really explore too much in that area. Yep, there's another view looking up. All right, another view of this is the Hilton looking toward the Sky Bridge. Yeah, just because the elevators are took quite a while to wait for. So I pretty much ended up using the stairs, going up and down for everything, including like while I was in suit. It was just quicker and easier. Another view of the huge high atrium there. It goes all the way up to heaven. There's Jeffrey the giraffe again. There's a view of that octopus or kraken or whatever. And those are cool headphones. All right, there's a sign entering the Marriott from the Sky Bridge, then telling you where everything is. Another view of the atrium. All right, here we go. More footage of there's Sock Circle. I saw them quite a bit. And a hyena fursuiter. I don't remember their name, but I've seen them around before. Yep. So let me remember like my chronology here. Yeah. So we hung out for a little bit, and then we went over to the food court, and then we ended up going to this place called the Noodle Cafe, I believe, and that was really good. Like they served like pad thai and different types of noodles and fried rice. So I got myself, I think it was like a sesame chicken pad thai. It was really good. And then yeah. So like my roommate and his partner had tickets for that aquarium event, the aquarium takeover. Aquarium's like a few blocks away from here. That's what he had to sign up for advance. I didn't do that. But yeah, hi there, Android. Good to see you. So yeah, so they went ahead and did that. I didn't do that ahead of time because like I wasn't sure when I was going to arrive at FWA and all that. So I kind of just left my slate open and blank. So after eating, I came back to the con area. I believe this is where this is here. At this time of day, and then just kind of hung out and took some photos and videos, and then later on I went ahead and actually suited up myself, went around, yeah, and then let's see, yeah, and then did some of the raves, it was always love attending the raves, the dances there, and then believe it or not, after a little bit I was finally invited to my very first room party, believe it or not. So I went to my very first room party. A friend invited me. So that was fun. So I did that for a little bit. So that was pretty much Thursday. Yeah, I just kind of got settled in, got situated, and got right to the groove of things. Oh yeah, so here's the view of the Sky Bridge connecting the Marriott with the hub, which is the building with the food court. It's really nice to have all these different sky bridges, because if it weren't for these, I probably would have gotten lost. Yeah, the one sky bridge goes directly to the food court, and then the sky bridge going the other direction connects the Marriott with the Hyatt Hotel. Yeah, this food court came in clutch because I went here like pretty much every day for my meals. There's of course, obviously, there's other restaurants out and about, but since I'm not familiar with that with the city, I pretty much just went here for everything, so I wouldn't get lost.
Long time no see.
Oh yeah, back up a little bit. I wonder who that guy is with the camera. Yeah, I wonder who that could possibly be. Not sure. That's me, obviously. I happen to notice that. Yep. Kevin says, I'm surprised they go to aquarium. Like I mentioned, I wasn't sure when I was going to arrive and didn't want to, like, you know, have too much of my plate and rush around and hurry. I might do it next year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to go back next year, and I would definitely thinking about doing that. We'll have to see. Bullzell. Alright, and here's back at the outside the main ballroom. More footage of fursuiters. Yeah, I spent a good amount of time in this area. This is where like most of the fursuiters were. Another view of the ceiling there, you can see at nighttime. Guy played soprano saxophone. Yeah, there's musicians everywhere. This guy played the trumpet. I think one guy was playing the clarinet somewhere. Now we get some pictures. Didn't quite catch their name, but I love the fursuit. And there's a Legoshi for Beast Stars. Alright, here's the very first DJ from the Thursday night rave at Chronix. Yep, so I got right into it right away. And this is where I run into my friend Chevron the Wolf. Nice guy. He goes to a lot of different cons, so it's always nice to run into him. And here he is again. And here's yours truly, my evening attire. Yeah, I wore a couple of different things. Like, this is just me as myself. And other nights I would wear like the same outfit, but then have my fursuit head on. So, yeah. Here's some video footage of the rave. Hey Max, no worries, it's all good. Or it's all to do with shit up smoke. That's what that sound was. Bojan mustn't move.
How we doing, FWA? My name's DJ Chronic. I'll be with you for the next little bit here.
I didn't take too much footage of the rave. Pretty much just Thursday nights. And there's a theaters yours truly. Yeah, this is actually, so this is Friday morning. So bright and early Friday morning is when they decided to have the group photo, like for all the fursuiters there. So I had to get up bright and early, get ready for that. And I think we had to line up around 10:30, and then they did the actual photo at 11 in the morning. So I went over to the Marriott, and then here's this is one of the floors at the Hyatt, the other hotel. Some of the panel rooms here, or yeah. See, so yeah, so I guess I should tell you how it went. So that really drained me. It was right early in the morning, and then so I was there in my suit. We had to stand for quite a while to position everyone and stand still for the picture. So I was dying. And, so then, unfortunately, I don't believe they had the picture out by now. So otherwise, I would have included it. So hopefully they'll have that out in the near future. And then after they took the entire group photo, and then they broke us into different groups based on species. So they had canines standing in one area, they have felines in another, mythical creatures / dragons in one area, like protogens and like sort of like robotics and whatever, broke it in like smaller groups. Did that, did a little bit more suiting around, not too much more because I was dead tired. And then, oh yeah, that's just when we wandered over to the Hyatt. See how much farther I need to go. Yeah, there's a peek into one of the ballrooms over there. Yeah, they have a lot of different rooms for different uses. Oh yeah, and I met up with another friend of mine. That's right. Yeah, we grabbed lunch together. Went to this place where they made wraps and all that. So I got that. So that was pretty good. Oh yeah, and then we went over to we're gonna hit up both dealers then. So first we went over to the adult dealers then, which is the bottom floor of the Hyatt hotel, and no line for that. We went right in, looked around there, and then we're gonna go to the regular dealers then, which as I mentioned earlier is in America's Mart, like a completely different building. And then we were approaching it, and we saw this huge line outside. And I'm like, I don't know about this. And so we kind of did it in about face, because I'll tell you, that's right, because that day at 4 p.m., they made the announcement like Furry Outfit was going to open their hotel room booking, which, of course, in the middle of the FWA wasn't the greatest time to do that. So they realized that coincided with FWA. So unbeknownst to me, so I had to rush back to my room at 4 o'clock to make sure I was able to booked the room, and then I saw the announcement that they realized the scheduling conflict. So then they announced that they postponed the hotel booking to the following week. So that's why I kind of had to do a hard stop, you know, and that's why we couldn't wait in line and why I had to rush back. But it's all good. Yeah, so we ended up not waiting in line for the regular studios then, so I didn't get to go to the following day, but I still was able to go there. All right, and there's the Mr. Linksley. I forget his first name from Zootopia 2, the Linksley character, patriarch of the Linksley family. And there's Boof the bear. Ran into him. And I believe his name is Muddy the Circle. And there's Aura the wolf. And there's Hugs and Snugs, very familiar face. Yeah, love their fursuit. I always call it a masterpiece because it truly is. And yours truly. Yeah. It's good seeing him again. It's funny because I kind of like it like visiting Santa. Like there's always like a line, to wait to get hugs and pictures and all that. So I was like, waiting to see Santa. All right, there's Psylocke on the left in his Frere suit, and I'm not sure who the guy on the right says something Cloud. Yeah, both awesome suits. And there is Ozone, aka Foster, very, very talented dancer. Love their suit as well. Just as saw the bear on Facebook. Yeah. There's Tiberic, the tiger, really cute. I love their suit. The popsicle thing is a fan, by the way, and they actually had them for sale. I believe Limey the Cheetah is the one that sells those. Yeah, you see them a lot in dealers' dens. It's cool that they like dual purpose between like a prop and like a functional device. All right, here's more pictures outside the main events ballroom. As you can see, I spent a lot of time here in this area. There's Zephyr Jackal, I believe, is the species. And look who I found. There's Beta Delota and Levi, the fursuit. So, yeah, I love Beta. Really nice guy, and yeah, it was like a dream come true to finally see him in person after knowing him for a number of years. So yeah, I was fortunate while I was in suit around with them, ran into him, got a picture as you see, and give him a nice big hug, and yeah, that was an awesome experience. He actually just did his con recap last night on Twitch. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely worth checking out. He gives his whole story of his experience there, and yeah. And then here he is again. Stay in life jacket. Yeah, I love his suit so much. And there's Fleur, very big name artist. Draws a lot like the femboy sort of characters art style. And there's some dingo, I believe the name is, often balancing the ball on the snoot. There's Palace Wolf, often seen peeled. Yeah, I think he wears the fursuit more often like that than when it fully on. Showing off those abs. I guess I can't blame him. If I had abs like that, I'd probably show them off too. Not to belabor the point, but I recently have lost 75 pounds over the past couple years, so I consider, I guess, a significant milestone, but not quite that shredded yet. it did greatly benefit me. Like I didn't tire as often as I used to, and my feet didn't hurt quite as much. So it definitely assisted with moving around and getting around. There's Kai, Deer Dwarf. Love their suit. More video footage. Awesome suitors. I'm headed toward the Headless Lounge behind those doors there, straight back. Costume here, Mountain Dew gnome. Straight back through there's like a T corridor, like to the left is the before you go to the Sky Bridge to the food court, to the right is the Sky Bridge and Hyatt Hotel. Yep. Here I am, Hugs and Snugs, you'll see eventually. They're all lining up to get pictures with Hugs and Snugs and Uppies. There he is. A good chunk of the time is what I did, just walk around with my camcorder, take video footage.
Y'all know you have a liner on.
escalator's always occupied. It's good thing like the concept helps kind of corral everyone, people more through. Down below is the peak of the front desk there at the hotel. There's Soaring Sky, Green Cat, her talented dancer as well. There's Jamage. It's good of talented dancers. And off there in the distance, you get a glimpse of Ozone. There he is. As you see, I take a lot of footage from this area. I noticed that in retrospect. Probably should have diversified my environment. If I do go elsewhere, you'll see. Here are doing like yeah, playing music and everyone's kind of jamming to it. There's the barrack again. There's Ozone. Damage on the left. Blue guy, I believe his name is Nev. I love his suit. Very dreamy. There's Taz. Wolf. This guy. Skybox. I like their suit. There's a cool light with the FWA logo. All right, there's yours truly, my evening get up. Yeah, I believe this. I guess this was Friday night. Yeah, so Friday night. Yeah, so I went to yeah, so I did some suiting and yeah, and then did more of the raves. There I am again. And then yeah, that's right. Friday night, they had like a live concert. Ivy Comb, yeah, they were doing a live performance. It's a cool Protogen. It's a cool Dragon Persona. Oh yeah, so then Saturday, I got up bright and early and went right over right when it opened. This is American Smart Building 3 where the dealer's den is. Already there was still a line. Pardon me while I take off the magic. Gotta take a bit of a breather. Whew. Yeah, unfortunately I brought back an unexpected souvenir. I caught a case of con crud. Not too bad, but still kind of recovering from that. But the line itself wasn't too long. Yeah, here's a view of the line. Wasn't too long of a wait. Alright, and then here's a view inside the dealer's den. It's huge. It's kind of hard to compare with this and Anthrocon because they're two different setups. Anthrocon has like pretty much like straight aisles, like straight rows going all the way down. Whereas this, they have rows as well, but are different sections. So much to see, and because I was flying and traveling by air, I really wasn't able to really get anything because I had to really strategize how to pack. You see, it's a huge hall there. Guy in the black shirt thought it was fire. Okay. So I take extensive video footage of the dealer's den, so you get to go shopping along with me. Here we go. I went around first with my camcorder, go aisle by aisle, and then afterwards I went back and then took my time to see what he actually had. I did actual shopping.
Oh my god.
Those tags are cool.
Cool idea.
Imagine.
Okay, I want this one. I don't know which other one.
A lot of talented artists.
You did my badge and trophy too. Yeah. We're a big fan of your arts.
Yeah.
spent practically all day in here. I was tempted to get one, but I then ultimately decided against it.
I wish you the best of luck.
Pre-made suits. There's this cool LED badges. I have one of them. By the way, that's JD Puppy there. Very talented dancer, often judges dance comps. Kevin, this is the dealer's den. More pre-mades. kobold plushes. I was tempted to get one of them.
Seriously, how's it look? So do you. It's the exact same.
I got lots of stuff. I said.
I don't know. I really.
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, I found this.
But this one was like a plus 25 pounds. I didn't get anything.
There's Rocky's Roastery, run by Drain, who's also the chair for Philadelphia. And I've seen these at Anthrocon last year. Trojan heads, $5,000. I mean, they're really nice, but also rather pricey. Also need like mana kits and some PCs.
Buy a bag there you go.
I'm an iPhone user, just as I put his phone strap back and but I hate their everything.
I love it. Even they get the naked and they like this.
Very well known for having rascals visiting. I have people at me when there's new rascals. I like how stepmoms always like managing.
Tech man.
Very so much.
Shirts.
Hello, video man.
Pottery. See that? Yeah. First glasses. See them.
I have that exact thing. I have it.
Got their shades.
Oh, the one up there.
No such thing. Yes.
That's actually really easy on the go. Oh, you want it done this way?
Melissa Mendelssohn, or I remember seeing him in Anthropon the past couple of years. He's really talented and makes those realistic style movies.
It's like I'm trying to be more like what I kind That's a really pretty phoenix.
Thank you.
And tiger.
That's good.
Capital FurCon is a new convention that's going to start tomorrow. Start next year. National Harbor outside of Washington, D.C.
I just didn't, I wouldn't know where to go.
Is that from Harry Falls?
I have to use, they have this part of the one about, but it's kind of a big old thing.
Thank you.
Of course.
Iconic lamp.
It's all right, Max. here.
You want to try to hit the other side of this aisle?
But wait, there's more.
Are you finding this following?
My phone there for a little bit, and I have like it's like these four brothers. They got started some sharks last night, and I'm one later. And instead of I don't know, embracing the fact that we do.
I can get stuff on the box.
And the QR code has linked to the website.
All the shit on
YCH fursuits, we have all these flags. I was tempted to get one of the Void Crystal flags. I decided against it. I might still get one eventually. nearing home stretch. Look at all those cool persons.
That's gonna be
That's a room party. 3930
Marriott or
Marriott.
oh yeah, 'cause our room party might be next door. I don't know if I'll.
There's Astra the cat. I'm not sure if he's actually at the stand or someone on his behalf. Yeah, Angie Paws made the thigh-high stockings and arm warmers. I have a few pairs of them. They're very comfortable. I like the styles. Oh, here we go. There's those popsicle fans. Cheetah. They also make those collars with the bell. You can see them. Backpacks will carry your person hanging. Flags.
Not because like. Because like Furryverse was like, okay.
It's the mall. And they came over and used that place.
You can also give it a shake if you don't like what's currently in the house.
Versus supplies. Versus stuff suggests
Right, we're supposed to. I like
fans, balaclavas, what have you. There's the charity tables and the black tablecloths. I believe this year's charity was Lost and Found Youth.
I'm like shaking trying to
Gotta make sure I got through every aisle.
Quite honestly, I think it's a great idea.
Alrighty, woo. Told you there's a lot of stuff in there. Alrighty. Put my head back on. There's those cute cobalt plushies I was tempted to get. There's another picture of those protogens and other fursuit-personas. Cool, especially this the horse with the armor. That's really cool. All right, we're probably done with the dealers then. So let's see, what did I do? Oh yeah, right afterwards I went over back to the food court. This time I went to Benny's Cubano, as the name suggests, serve Cuban food, and I got oh yeah, like a Cuban. It's called like the dealers or dealers then Cuban sandwich. Meal because of fries and drink, and that was really good. There's a cool, like a lying persona character. Kind of reminds me of Pizza Parma in Pittsburgh for Anthony. Kind of not, they don't go all out like Pizza Parma does with the Furry Land Cafe, but you know, they have the furry related banner and promotion and all that. And there's stickers with the banner. Paws and Claws welcome. Had my Cuban and I came back and I think I did some shooting afterwards and then I went around as myself as well. Not quite sure what they're doing. Maybe posing for a picture or something. That guy there, his name is Johnny Penn. I see him every year in Philadelphia. He leads the Cupid's Shuffle dance. He's quite a character, nice guy. There's Batter Cake. There's Brian Griffin. There's an Angry Bird, literally. Angry Bird. some reason, whenever I suit up, I get tired real easily. Maybe because I've run up and down the stairs. I can pretty much just do it at 1 hour, which just sucks. Or, yeah, sucks. Sort of. I can only do like 1 hour at a time. There's Icy and Very Delicious. I love both their suits. Yeah, but there I am with them. Of course, I could have passed up a photo op. Oh yeah, and then let's see. I met up with that same friend again that I hung out with the other day, and this is the photo room. So yeah, I took some pictures in front of some of the props there. Yep, there I am in front of the big FWA sign. That reminds me, like, in Atlanta, like, I'm a big fan of the Olympics, and obviously the 1996 Summer Olympic Games were held here in Atlanta, and I didn't know at the time because I'm not that familiar with the city, but the Centennial Olympic Park, and they call it Centennial because the first modern Olympics were held in 1896, so Centennial's a century later. It was just like a block further down the street from where the dealer's den was when I didn't know that, so I should have gone there for pictures. And that Coca-Cola World's also there because Coca-Cola's headquarters is Atlanta as well. Yeah, so yeah, take note for the future. Oh yeah, and then this is obviously me suiting around and ran into another awesome Durg. And then I ran into KP. KP actually is the one that took the picture. He's one of the directors for Anthrocon, and like he does like the public outreach, public relations. You see him like doing like the videos and like goes like the different news channels and all that. Yeah, so it's cool seeing him, and he was nice enough to take a picture. Yep, and there I am with Hugs and Snugs, this time in suit. So I got a nice big warm hug from him. Yeah, look who else I ran into. There's Ronnie the Noodles. Speaking of Anthrocon, another director. He does like pretty much like the technology part of the Anthrocon, and this is his first FWA as well, so it's cool running into him. And I finally got a picture with him in suits, which is also good, also nice. And there's Cyber, really nice. Nice person. And there's Rorik. I ran into him quite a few times around the different cons. Another cool Durg. There's Taylor. I love their fursuit and their look. More fursuit footage. I never realized I spent such an inordinate amount of time here, like in this one specific location. There's Envy, Bighorn Sheep. Yeah, there's always something going on. Never a dull moment. There's Taz again. I assumed it was Ravage. I like this. That's it.
Frantic on. You think? I don't think Lana likes it. Right?
This might be the time where I should go somewhere else. I believe this is it. So I was just looping around. I think this is the time. Yeah, this is like Saturday, late afternoon. Oh yeah, that's right. I was lounging, and then one of my friends messaged that they needed a handler. Like they're gonna go to the Pokemon meet and greet, and I told them, yeah, I could do it. I'm available. So I met up with them and helped them suit up and was handling for them. And then they took a group photo there. And then afterwards, then I went over to the food court and got myself a milkshake, a $12 milkshake with tax. But you know, I think the first time I had one like over a year, so you know that's my justification. There's the sax guy again. There's that one guy, I don't know his name, like goes around and like does quick sketches of different fursuiters. Thornton the Deer. He also has Thornton the Fox as his other persona. Hey, we're probably going somewhere else. Okay, so now I'm gonna, if you go off to the left, that goes to the Sky Bridge over to the food court hub. And then where we're going is to the right, is gonna be the Sky Bridge over to the Hyatt. Straight back, I believe, are more panel rooms. It's hard to pick a favorite of the three lobbies. Like, I think the Hill is probably my least favorite, no shade on them, but not as ornate. But like the Hyatt is really, once you see it coming up, it kind of reminds me of like a big grand concourse at a train station, like a really high ceiling. You know, obviously if you see the Marriott Marquis, that's all the balconies and the rib cage. Some people like it too, but I think the Hyatt's probably my favorite of the three lobbies.
Yes, I was not looking. I just drifted into it.
Just joking. Like, how dare you tell me what time we feel as well?
Oh, that is good. I was gonna ask my dad who was.
I think there's just a thought.
Who did this?
It was horrible. That jump on me when I was a couple cracks afterwards.
It's a little bit longer walk to get to the Hyatt, whereas as you saw, the Hilton is like literally right across the street from the Marriott.
People took like pay hundreds of dollars for like this massage.
I was gonna go to tap out. You did eventually. I told you you tried to tap out twice before you actually. I thought you did, and I couldn't tell. But then I was looking down and you want to keep going, and you'd be like, sure.
They had pools and all of the hotels.
Oh, okay. Whenever you were jumping on my back. Oh. I didn't even know you were tapping out.
All right, here we are at the Hyatt.
Yeah, but that means I pushed you to your limit. Those rooms weren't reserved. How? I've been marked as a no-show.
Kind of gives you that Art Deco vibe, vintage 20s and 30s. Yeah, it goes high up, just like the Marriott. Balconies there. High ceiling. I did have a chance to go up to the top of this one, but I did go. You'll see later on. I did go to the top of the Hyatt, or not the Marriott.
Back over this way.
Yeah, but downstairs is where you saw earlier, where those the paddle rooms, the ballroom are.
I just saw a sign. Yeah, we're still doing the real estate photography thing, weddings, events, all that.
Correct. Yeah, we live 1 block away from Shopper.
Okay. Yeah, I forget that there was.
Cool. Show backpack.
Taking directly where you guys are.
Alrighty, there's Bubbles Axolotl. Yeah, awesome guy. Love his persona. Oh yeah, and then here's the aforementioned Pokemon meet and greet. So yeah, I was there handling for the one suitor. He was wearing the Greninja fursuit, and then I was standing off to the side, and then they all got together for a group photo. Now I'm kind of at an awkward angle. I'm on the floor, whereas like the main photographers are on stage looking down, so it's not the best angle. Yeah, there I am. There you can see there's the stage where the main photographers were. Yep, and then there's the aforementioned $12 milkshake. I thought it is expensive, but like I said, I haven't had one in like a couple years, so it's like, hey, why not now? Effectively, this was my dinner, because like I know like the whole 6-2-1 rule of like 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, 1 shower a day. I pretty much did like a 6-1-1, where did like pretty much like one main meal like around lunchtime, and I'd do like a lighter or meal or a snack, or a couple snacks throughout. Yeah. It was good though. It got chocolate, so it was good. All right, here's a view of the we're standing in the Hilton facing toward the Marriott. There's the Sky Bridge. Yep. And there's that dog Coda, right into him. Trying to remember. That might have been, I think that was like Saturday night. Okay, so before I get too far, yeah, so Saturday. So yeah, after handling for the Pokemon meet and greet, let's see, what did I do? I went back, got to my evening garb and did some of the rave, and then yeah, and then Saturday night was when they had the Moonlight Festival, which got the what do you call it? The oh, my brain is failing me at the moment. Night market, that's the word, night market. And so you had to like book tickets ahead of time. It's free, included in your registration. But once again, there's snafus with technology in the site, so there's a bit of issues going around. And so I wanted to snag like an earlier slot, like 9 or 9:30 p.m. Unfortunately, thanks to all the snafus, I wasn't able to get into like 11:30 p.m. But it didn't matter. I mean, I was still gonna, I was still gonna be around regardless. So I got into my my attire for that, and it was kind of a little bit of fiasco. Because first of all, I didn't know where I was going, so you had to wait in line, and then he had us like we were a single file line, and then right before it was 11:30, and then we had to go like down these stairs like that are with like a very low ceiling, and so I was wearing my fursuit head among other things, and so I kept bumping like the horns on the ceiling because the stairs were so low, so I was uncomfortable. Then I realized that you had to have a QR code out ahead of time, so I had to step out of line to pull that up, so that was an inconvenience. And then I finally got in there, and then here, it was like wall-to-wall people. It was like jam-packed like sardines. So like they had vendors, and so they did a separate rave and some other stuff there. And I really couldn't see anything that was going on. It was just like shoulder-to-shoulder people. So I kind of went in, kind of like went right through, and I was like out like within like 10 minutes or so. It was like, okay, whatever. So I did that, and then went back and then changed back into my normal evening rave gear, and then went back and did more of the rave. I think that's when I ran into Coda. Oh yeah, this is me going back toward the Hilton. This might still be on Saturday, maybe, or maybe Sunday. This is this guy was leaving the Marriott, going back toward the Hilton. Yeah, I think it's still Saturday.
I kind of have to accept that I need.
Yes, yes. I forgot to bring my
I don't think I'm used to screaming stuff.
Yeah, I regret not taking more footage of like the con space around the Hilton, like the ballroom there, and the gaming room, and the panels. Right off, bear off to the left, there's the panel rooms that are beyond there is the stairway that I use very heavily. And if you go straight back there, the opposite side, I think that's where the main ballroom is for the Hilton. Yeah, there's the panel rooms there. Oh yeah, this is the Sunday morning. I got up and took the elevator. This is the Marriott. Took the elevator all the way up to the very top floor. Yep, there we are. Right down below is like, and this is earlier today, so it's actually could be quieter, like around 10:30ish, but also it's a lot quieter up here compared to down in the con levels. Hopefully nobody has vertigo or anything. As you see, it's a long way down. Max says, I was saving some stuff from Pinterest about petroglyphs, but I learned how to draw in the most simple and easiest way for traditional and digital art simultaneously. It's a really nice view out the window up here. There's the, I believe it's called the Mercedes-Benz Center, that huge arena there on the left. Don't hold me to it, I believe that's where the Falcons, Atlanta Falcons play. And I believe that's also going to be a venue for the upcoming FIFA World Cup. It's coming up very shortly this summer. A lot of the big venues are going to host that. Like there in Philly is like a financial field where the Eagles play. They're hosting it. I think Dallas and Houston are hosting. Out west they're hosting it. It's Canada, US, and Mexico. All three countries are co-hosting. And then the final is going to be held at the MetLife Stadium, where the Giants play there in the Meadowlands of New Jersey, outside New York City. Here's a view of the elevators again. There's a view looking all the way down. It's crazy. I love it. It's like an MC Escher dream almost. All right, here's a look outside the window. I believe this circular round building, cylindrical building, is called the Westin. Is another hotel. I think this area here, right around here, is where the or maybe not. I was thinking that maybe that's where the Centennial Olympic Park is. That might be it there. And this is a view facing the other direction, on the other opposite side of the floor. Yeah, and here's a view of the elevators on the other side. All right, now we're going back down. We are. There's Aurora Bloom, her fursuit head. She wasn't at the stand. A friend of hers was manning the table. I love her persona. There's my friend Ash and a new friend I met, Stunt, I believe the name is. There's Ralph. I love their persona. There's Vile Dragon, another talented dancer. There's Taz again. So once again, I'm hanging outside the main building. I think this is what I was waiting to get into for the closing ceremony. Yeah, unfortunately, due to schedule and all that, like on Sunday, I went back to the dealer's set again to do a second round. And then I was hoping to get into the dance competitions from 1 to 3, but I didn't get back in time. So unfortunately, I missed that. But I did make it in time for the closing ceremony. Yeah, so right before I actually got dinner, or was it after? I can't remember now. I think it was afterwards. Yeah, I went back to that Cubano place. I got like what do they call it? Part of my butchering. I'm not native Spanish before I throw asado. It's like pork with rice. It's really good. We don't have any here in Pennsylvania, but like I know they're all over down south. Squirrel character. awesome Durg. There's Cody Yodi. Love their suit. Yeah, this was taken right after the closing ceremony concluded. It's a cool Shep. Dan Benelos or Benielos. More Durgs. There's Derecho Hyena. Very cute. And the other suitor's name escapes me. Oh yeah, here's the stage. We're all in the main ballroom awaiting the closing ceremony. I like their format. No shade against any other cons, but I like the fact it's very simplistic. I don't know, minimalistic's the right word, but simplistic. They get right to the point. Make the announcements, announce the numbers. I like it. So there, I believe it's the CEO / chair. Name escapes me, unfortunately. There's a representative from the charity Lost and Found Youth, accepting their charity donation. Yep, there's the check for $150,000.
Into this hotel
All right,
this
let's
weekend.
watch
Have
it.
you enjoyed your stay? I mean, you have definitely kept us busy here at the Nowhere Inn, as you can see by the possibly 1,000 notes from my malevolent benefactor that I still have to finish before I get to go home from this weekend. I hope you all enjoyed your time. I've got to start getting some of these notes up, but I tell you what, while I'm getting things situated, how about we hear from CEO of FWA, Renan? Your hard work is always appreciated, so thank you, Edgar. Well, how'd it go? I'm gonna give that a 6. Did you have fun this weekend? So first things first, I have to thank you all for something. We have had so many positive comments all over social media, directly to all of our staff, and I need to thank you for all of those positive comments that you've been giving us about this year. It means the world to our staff, and it means the world to me that we are doing the right things. And last year we did talk about we needed to make a lot of change, right? And that change was hard, right? We spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and a good amount of money to fix a lot of the problems that we had to deal with. And did it work? I'm glad to hear it. There's always going to be more room for improvement. We always strive for that improvement. But something I want to say is that we could not do this without all of our dedicated volunteers that work tirelessly throughout the year. Now, they can't all be here right now, and they're spread across 6 hotels. So I'm going to ask for a favor. Can you give them the greatest cheer you ever have given in your life to thank them for all that they've done this year?
6 hotels.
To the community and what we're doing, but it's also important to Atlanta. Did anyone go to the aquarium by chance? The aquarium is 2nd year running. We added VIP into that space this year, and the feedback that they received and the feedback that I get from them working with our community is always a resounding success. So thank you for that. Additionally, we had a soccer game this year. I don't know if you saw that, right? But Atlanta United actually reached out to us directly to offer discounted tickets to our entire community for anybody who wanted to go catch the soccer game. Unfortunately, Atlanta lost, which is sad. But LA Galaxy won, so if you're a fan of them, then good for you. And lastly, you might have seen all of the hotels and all of the vendors and all of the restaurants all offering special discounts and really embracing and engaging our community. And all of that is an attestament to your love and your vibes that you bring to Atlanta. Atlanta truly does love us. It is our home, and we love them back, and they will do everything for us. They really do love us. So thank you for all of that. So I'm going to bring up Gomi, who is our director of communications, and Gomi is going to talk about some wins.
We've had a lot of them this year. Hey y'all, I'm Gomi, FWA's director of communication. Hi. As Rand mentioned, change is really hard, and we've been changing a lot in the past few years. I want to thank all of you, all of our volunteers, all of our staff, for working with us, being patient while we grew into taking over Atlanta for the weekend, all of downtown Atlanta. We've worked really hard the past year, and I want to celebrate what our volunteers have accomplished. We registered the most people we ever have in a single day on Thursday. I personally went down and sat at a terminal and registered people and was asking, how long were their waits? 20 minutes, I think, was the longest I heard, which is crazy.
Yeah, they were lightning fast. Props to them.
Moving to America's Mart meant we had more vendors than we've ever had before, which means more options for all of you. We had a massive shuttle system to travel between venues and the grocery store Publix. And so much new programming. Cars and Collars, a community-built car show that's been running for a few years during FWA that we brought on as an official FWA event this year. I don't know if y'all saw, I didn't get to make it, but I saw all of the pictures on social media. Splash Bash, the pool party that we started over at Cortland, was massive. Like, insane amount of people. It was amazing to see.
I'll have to check that out
and
next year.
a local Atlanta performance group, put on a live performance of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I didn't personally get to see all of it, but I did step in, and wow, there were a lot of people in there watching that. That's just a few of the new things we've done. Last year, we were proud of how many musical performers we had from the community. I don't know if you saw the poster we made, the yellow poster with the black text. We had even more musical performers this year, over 100. And I really want to celebrate that. And of course, we had our amazing GOHs, Kipper and Ivy come. I hope you got to go to Ivy Come's show. Let's give them a round of applause. And finally, I want to celebrate FWA's Volunteer of the Year. This is a thing we do every year, just to celebrate a volunteer that the staff have seen just working their butts off, doing amazing work. And that volunteer is Nova. Congratulations, Nova. I genuinely mean this, and I'm tearing up a little. Thank you for helping make this the best FWA I've ever been to since before I was even staff. I've been going for 13 years, and this is the greatest FWA. Thank you, guys. Now, I want to welcome Rand back into the stage. He's got some numbers I think you guys are going to be excited for.
So I'm a brat and I don't do what you tell me to do. I mean, I guess if you really want some numbers, I can give you some numbers. Well, first things first. No, you may not. You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky or all the things, but let me bring up Milena from Lost and Found Youth, because we're going to talk some charity numbers first. So if you don't know, Lost and Found Youth is something that I'm really passionate about. They do so much great work for displaced LGBT youth in the Atlanta area, and we've had such a great relationship for 3 years now? 4 years. Third con. but we've known each other. Building process and the relationships. Yeah, and it's been wonderful. We actually had the opportunity this year to go tour their space in Atlanta, their center of operations and the thrift store that they operate there, and it was really impressive to see, and to see all the stuff that they're doing for displaced youth in Atlanta. So let's start with a big round of applause for Lost and Found Youth. And we did all sorts of things this year. Both Lost and Found Youth did, and we did, to make sure that we could get as much donations collected for Lost and Found Youth this year. First, we had a D&D event that generated $500 for Lost and Found Youth. We had a ton of panels, unbeknownst to us, we're also collecting donations for Lost and Found Youth, and that was $898.79. We brought the poker tournament back this year, did you notice? It's always a grand success, always creates a lot of donations for Lost and Found Youth, and that was $4,332. And then we need a really big round of applause for Fastest Spurs, because they generated a ton of money this year for Lost and Found Youth. They generated $16,896. And then our charity auction that we had this year also generated $14,599. So I'm going to bring up Hex, our community director that works directly with Milena, because I've got the big thing for the big number, right? Are you ready for it? So all of those donations plus FWA's contributions to Lost and Found Youth this year, $150,000.
A lot of money. It's a good cause.
Heart, and everyone in here and all of the attendees that came this year, thank you so much for what you're doing. You're making real change.
Thank you so much to everybody. We are so delighted to be able to partake and meet so many amazing people. We love to share our mission, and you invited us in with your hearts, and I can't thank you enough. It is always a pleasure to be in the same space with FWA.
Every year when we do the donations, me and Milena fight over who's going to cry the most. So thank you for bearing with us.
Rannon, hey, how's it going? So, hey, I was looking at the schedule for the Inn coming up this year. I had a quick question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
okay, so I see, well, we've got our upcoming schedule, and, you know, we have the classics. We've got next year the children's production of Sweeney Todd in the Community Theater Room. That's looking really exciting. Ooh, we have the Con of Dragons coming up in September. That seems really nice for people who want to be around way too many people all the time. But I saw something here that looks new. And I was wondering if you could, I don't know, tell me anything about it, because to me it all just reads like abyssal scrawlings.
Yeah, that's my handwriting, so
yeah,
I apologize.
You have terrible handwriting.
About this.
It looks like it was written in the Necronomicon.
I get it. So let me give you a little bit of explanation. So FWA is always looking forward, right? We've always been focused on the community. We've been focused on really all of these amazing members' feedback that we get all the time. And many of our team members this year actually have been going to all of the other cons to kind of engage with the community, see what it is that the community loves, see what the community is all about, right? So we can make the best FWA we can, right? And then one day, I had an idea.
That's dangerous.
It's the most dangerous thing, right? And it was just too good to pass up, honestly. So,
Sounds exciting. What is it?
I think we can show you, actually, right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, doing a new event, New Year's Eve event, similar to New Year's Furry Ball.
I would love to present to you the New Year's Furry Festival presented by FWA, which is happening this year. This is going to be a brand new event, right? It'll be occurring December 30th through January 1st. And this event itself is not necessarily a convention. So I want to be really clear about that. It's going to be focused on music, which is very festival vibes, is something that we're all passionate about, and we can tell based on how crowded all the dances are, you're really excited about. And it really will be focused on connection within the community on the best holiday, in my opinion, of the year, New Year's Eve. By design, this event is intended to be smaller and really is going to give you an opportunity to make meaningful, lifelong connections that can be challenging at a really big event like FWA every year. Our focus is to really give you a space for you to get together, celebrate the new year, talk about all your resolutions, make new change, and really party your asses off. That's what it's about, right? And as always, this event is built in the mission statement that we're always about. So there's inclusive offerings. We'll have mental wellness spaces. We'll have places for you to just chill. We're partnering with the Cortland Grand, which is where this is going to be headed next year. And we'll have not only alcoholic beverages, but non-alcoholic beverages. Lots of non-alcoholic beverages as well. There's one more thing that I think everyone is waiting for.
I know, Randon. Everybody's got to be waiting on, well, there's one more event that we have coming up, and I'm pretty sure it's like,
But before, yeah,
What else you
before,
got?
I think they probably want to know what our attendance was.
Oh, of course. I didn't realize we hadn't hit the number. I didn't realize we hadn't even hit it yet.
I mean, you've got a lot of work to do, so
Sorry, yeah, I should really be just getting to this.
So our total attendance for Furry Weekend Atlanta 2026 is 17,301 people.
Surprisingly, it's slightly down from last year by about 400, but still a lot of people.
Edgar, if you will please, tell them what they want to hear.
Man, well, I did, while I was cleaning these up, I got to our last thing, which is that we have one more event here on the Nowhere In schedule for exactly this time next year. Huh, that's weird. Well, okay, well, if you wouldn't mind sharing with everyone, I mean, do you guys want to know what the theme is for next year? Yeah! All right, roll it!
It's more than being the fastest. It's about being the furriest.
Let's go win a championship! Let's go!
Get ready to eat my dust. Better tuck that tail between your legs now, and maybe I'll go.
FWA presents Grand Prix with guest of honor, Faru, Big Lion's Den. Start your engines, hold on tight, and we'll see you at the finish line.
It's just the Grand Prix.
Absolutely amazing! Everybody, thank you so much for being here this weekend. We love you and we
Yep. So there's the announcement for the New Year's Eve event. Fortunately, it's a little far for me to attend, but I'm hoping I should be able to attend the New Year's Furry Ball down in Delaware like I normally do every year. But it's nice to branch it out and start up new things. And of course, there's the announcement for next year's theme. Yep, this is the Dead Dog Dance. Traditionally, was the Sunday night dances after the con officially concludes. Still, dances going on throughout. Guys, they're Vanderwolf. And a picture of the Mellow is the name of the DJ. All right, guess what? Last picture. Whew, we went through a lot, didn't we? So it's an official announcement for Furry Weekend Atlanta. Announcing next year's con, May 6th to the 9th, 2027. Says this year's attendance was 17,301. Thank you to all of you. And thank you for helping us donate $150,000 to a charity partner, Lost and Found Youth. And registration for next year will be July 1st. So not that long from now. And the guest of honor will be Pharaoh of Big Lion's Den. And race you all there. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah. So, let me go ahead and enlarge back to normal size. All right, there we are. Oh, wow. It was an amazing experience. So so actually let me, before I get too far ahead. So yeah, so Sunday I did dances and all that, and then, went to bed and got plenty of rest, which I needed. And then on Monday, got up bright and early, checked out the elevator. We had to wait pretty much an eternity to get back down to the lobby to check out, but we got down there eventually. And then my roommates and I parted ways. And then I headed over, dragged all my stuff to Namarta. It was kind of rough exercise because I had a heavy bit with my fursuit and all my luggage, and all that. And so I had to go up hills and got my way to the Namarta station, took that down to the airport. I had some hiccups trying to, make my way around the airport. Finally got my stuff checked in, and then TSA at a line seemed to last an eternity, but, I finally got through TSA. Things with Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson Airport, is that pretty much all domestic flights have just one single TSA checkpoint. Whereas like other airports, where it's like JFK Airport, which I fly out quite a bit, they have different separate terminal buildings, and each terminal has its own separate TSA, so the line's rather short and it moves pretty quickly. But at Atlanta, they have separate concourses, kind of like parallel rows of terminals. But you have to go, TSA is at the very beginning, and everyone has to go through the same TSA. So anyway, I finally went through there. I arrived to my my gate in plenty of time, and then here, apparently what happened was they mistakenly overbooked my flight by 3 people. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me! Like, how is that even possible? And so I chose the cheapest option, not only economy, of course, but then if you want to pay an extra $50, you could actually pick your own seat, which I did not do because I wanted to be very frugal and save as much money as possible. So I did not do that. So I was thinking I'm probably going to be first on the chopping block. I'd be asked to book a later flight. So then they basically said, we're looking for 3 volunteers. We'll give you a $300 gift card if you want to volunteer for a later flight, which was going to be at just before 10 p.m. Now, this flight was going to leave right around like 3 p.m. And I'm like, was it 3 or was yeah, it was right around 3 p.m. I think it was, or was it 4? I think it was, or no, I was thinking it was like 4 p.m. Anyway, it was like in the mid-afternoon. I'm like, there's no way, you cannot pay me enough money to wait like an additional 6 hours. That's just not happening. And then eventually somebody volunteered, and then it's like, we're still looking for 2 more volunteers, and then they upped it to 400, and then finally 500. And then 3 people eventually did volunteer. And then they started boarding, and then they by different zones based on whatever. And and then they announced my name among 2 other people because like we're like the 3 people that did not get assigned seats. We did, the cheapskates. And then so we had to like stay behind and all that, and then along with like the 3 volunteers. And then so the lady ends up shutting the door to the boarding area, and she goes down to the plane, and she's like, "Don't worry, I'll be back, I promise." And I'm thinking this is my luck, right? I'm gonna have to, I'm not gonna get on this plane. I'm gonna have to wait around for the next one. And then so about 5 minutes later, she comes back and says, "Okay, you guys can board." So like, whew, that was a relief. So I was able to get back on time, fly back to Harrisburg. Got back home and just unpacked and slowly drifted back to reality. So that was that sums up my experience at FWA. Mike says, I understand your situation can be quite a challenging experience for many people. Yeah, it was definitely, I know it's super cliche, but it's true. It was a learning experience. There's a lot I learned, a lot of trial and error, both like traveling with a suit, like flying by myself for the first time, both going and coming back, knowing what to do, knowing where to go. At the con, it's a lot different. Like I've been to a lot of cons prior to now. It's a different experience, but it's a good different experience. I like the variety. I like the change of scenery. I like the change of the different new city, new people, same people. Nowhere to go now. And so, yeah, I'm definitely hoping to be back. So, final thoughts, takeaways. So, it was an amazing experience. I got a lot out of it. I had a blast. I got to hang out with friends, quite a few friends. I enjoyed that. Got to go, again, my first room party. That was fun. Definitely a good experience there. Yeah, it was fun debuting Chase for the first time at the con. Lots of hugs, lots of pictures. Regret, like basically the only regret is really like not being able to get there for the dance comp, but oh well. So hopefully next year, in addition to dance comp, hopefully I'll make it to the Olympic Centennial Park and actually just say I've actually been there. And maybe I may or may not do the aquarium next year. We'll see how I feel. Hopefully in the night market, if there's like one piece of feedback to give FWA, they did an amazing job. I like all the fact they decided to split it, like spread it out. I would have to say when it comes to the night market, I would say I know it might be challenging, but maybe try to find a bigger venue for it, because it was like a little jam packed like sardines. But yeah, that was FWA. So I'm definitely hoping to be back next year. So hang on for just a little bit longer. So next up on my agenda will be Anticon. That'll be coming up in July, so not too much longer from now. All right, that about does it. I know it's been a longer stream, but there was a lot of stuff to get through, and I try to keep it moving as much as possible, and a lot of pictures, lots of video footage, lots of amazing, awesome memories. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining my stream, listen to me talk about my experience and watching the footage along with me, and yeah, that's about does it. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. This is Chase. See ya.